So under that career progression system, public school teachers shall be given opportunities for job growth in either classroom teaching or school administration track. The system would result, as reported, to opening up of 90 to 140,000 positions. And at present, may 47,500 unfilled teaching and non-teaching positions. So ito po bang 47,500 na ito kasama na sa ma-open pang 90 to 140,000 positions?
For career progression, ma'am, we need to reclassify some of our positions because the ones we've created under the career progression are new positions requiring higher salaries. Kasi yun nga ang daing ng ating mga guro na ang tagal nila nasa teacher 1, teacher 2, teacher 3 positions. And some of the idiosyncrasies of our system dictated that they had to leave their schools in order to get promoted from a small school, pupunta sila sa malaking eskwela kasi doon may open na item doon. So they had, and sometimes they had to stop teaching, they had to become an administrative personnel, non-teaching personnel. So nasayang yung teaching experience niya, ma'am. But those are some of the things we wanted to address with this under this IRR for the expanded career progression. Number one, we give them an expanded career path at mas mabilis yung promotion nila, mas mataas yung sweldo nila. And number two, they don't have to give up teaching and they don't have to leave the small schools, the smaller communities kasi there's a loss of quality teaching at the community level kapag ka ganun. So we wanted to address that. And at the same time, we wanted to give teachers freedom, meaning if they don't want to teach, then they have that choice. But if they want to teach, continue teaching, they also have that choice, Madam Chair, Your Honor. Yeah.
Salamat, Sec. Sonny. So, posible bang yung ilan sa 47,500 unfilled positions sa ngayon ay isasara na lang and then yung mga qualified ay dun ipa-prioritize sa 90 to 140,000 new positions?
They will reclassify quite a number of these positions, Your Honor. Parang scrap and build sa DBM terms na where some of the smaller positions, you will have to scrap them and then you make them your building blocks for the new items, Your Honor. And we are creating teacher positions for teacher 4, teacher 5, teacher 6, and among others, Your Honor.
So, posible nga na kumbaga hindi na mag-exist yung 47,000 under this scrap and build system, hindi na mag-exist yung currently unfilled positions and then i-deploy yung mga tao dun sa 90 to 140,000 new positions.
In a perfect world, Your Honor, that would happen. That would happen, Your Honor. But of course, it's very difficult given the decentralized nature of the department. Here, a lot of these decisions are made at the school division level, Your Honor. But on our part, on the central office part, we're trying to really stay on top and make sure we are monitoring the progress per division and per region, Your Honor. Yeah.
Yes, Madam Chair, I can only imagine ang daming moving parts sa ganyang kahit scrap and build process na yan. So, but at least knowing that the secretary is, as he said himself, on top of the situation and will be overseeing the whole process. Sa proposed budget ng DepEd, 5.5 billion pesos ang pondong nilaan para sa creation and filling up of new positions. At sabi naman ni Budget Sec Amina, may 7.2 billion pesos na allocated for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. So pwede bang makakuha ng clarification sa Good Secretary sa mga plano para sa implementation at yung budget implication para sa fiscal year 2025 hanggang sa full realization nito by 2028?
You're referring to the increase in the salaries, Madam Chair?
Yes, Madam Chair.
From EO 64. Thank you. Definitely, we want to. This is what the President announced during his SONA, and we are coordinating with agencies like the DBM to finalize this. Although we've gotten the clearance to already start paying what is owed kasi retroactive po ang application niya, meaning it is effective from January 2024. So teachers going forward, teachers will be getting lump sums representing what is owed to them from January to August of this year, Your Honor, September of this year since it's September already. And under this executive order, teachers will receive an average of 5% increase per year from 2024 to 2027. So in 2025, the DBM will budget that, but yung sa 2024, they've given us, they will reimburse the department for whatever it advances to our teachers for that, Your Honor.
Salamat. Secretary, binanggit nyo until 2027. Akala ko yung full realization sa 2028 pa.
I stand corrected, Madam Chair. It's 2020. Sorry. Again, I stand corrected. It's 2027.
Okay, so I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Full realization by 2027.
Including kasi this year, retroactive po
Yes,
siya.
including this year and retroactive. So 5% per year.
I just want to recognize our Minority Floor Leader, Senator Coco Pimentel.
Yes. Good morning to the Minority Leader, Senator Pimentel.
It seems to be the day to stand corrected twice in a row. I stand corrected. Itong tanong ko was about still the career progression. Yung susunod na tanong ko pa po ay tungkol sa EO 64 on teacher salary and benefits. So, sorry, to restate, plans for implementation and budget implication for 2025 until 2028 ng career progression po.
Yung sa career progression, ma'am, because of the budgetary limitations, maybe we can cover the 90,000 teachers who stand to be promoted. We'll probably be only cover around 10% a year. But perhaps we could, in our wish list, we could supplement it to include maybe in the unprogrammed, in case there are additional revenues, to fund the remainder of the 90,000, Your Honor. Para, di ba, may flexibility tayong going forward. We know how difficult it is for the committee to provide funds in the programmed fund with certainty, but at least there's enough for, I think 2.7 billion of the 6 billion budget proposal for fiscal year 2025 will go towards reclassification, Your Honor.
It sounds like, Zek, Sunny, this will maybe overlap in some way with the scrap and build process na pinag-uusapan natin kanina.
Opo, may overlap po
May
yun.
overlap nga po, no? And then at 10% of those 90,000 teachers per year by 2028, mapopromote lang ang mga 270,000 nila. So may iniisip na ba ang DepEd paano ibibilin yung 70% of the teachers pa na hindi pa mapopromote by 2028 sa susunod na DepEd administration?
We will promote 90,000 next year, Your Honor. But for the others, well, we will just request more funding for that because it requires more funding. But as I said earlier, Madam Chair, if Congress will allow, hingin din namin sa unprogrammed yun to help speed up the process rather than just having a purely linear type of calculus going forward. Meron tayong at least small possibility of having increased funding for 2025, Your Honor.
Sorry, 90,000 pala next year. Akala ko 90,000 total ngayon and then 10%
Yes, I stand
every year.
corrected, Madam Chair.
Salamat po, Secretary. And before leaving itong sa expanded career progression system, just to make of record, Madam Chair, I hope the good Secretary will continue to engage in a dialogue with teachers groups on the implementation of this career progression system. Bagaman welcome development po ang career progression para sa mga kaguruan, maraming agam-agam din po on how this will be implemented without compromising the rights and welfare of the teachers.
I give you the assurance, Your Honor, Madam Chair, and we thank you for the guidance. We've engaged a few teachers groups and we want to engage as many as we can going forward. And certainly we want to hear how it's being implemented on the ground also. And we greet our former majority leader and our colleague who Senator Joel Villanueva, magandang hapon po, Your Honor, Madam Chair. So we will continue and we thank you very much for the guidance on that.
Salamat, Sec. Sani.
So muli, maraming salamat sa inyong panonood at pakikinig. Once again, El Maestro, see you on my next vlog. Bye-bye!
1, 2, 3, come on!